Hi, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Vivi, if this is your first time here. And today I thought I would do an altar tour and a sacred space tour. So I'll show you where I shoot my videos, right behind me here. That's where my altar is, and it's in my living room, which is also the sacred space. Kind of have to multitask. And I'll also show you my desk, which is right over there, and what I have on it. All right, let's do this. I'm just gonna turn the camera around. Okay, so let's start with what you don't normally see on camera, but this is what I'm looking at. Here we have a Chaise Lounge, and I made that human, it's like a human tag. It was for a performance art piece where we were all like, it was called User Specifications Human, and we were all wearing these tags, and it's kind of like our souls being born into our human bodies. And kind of, it was an exploration of why we came here to be human type of thing. Yeah, that's what those are the stories I like to tell. And here's a little thing I got for Todd for Valentine's Day. His mom got him that. We don't have a frame for it, so I just kind of stuck it there. You can see me. And that's the Earthrise famous photo. Let's see if I can zoom in. Earthrise. And yeah, just some other stuff. I took that photo of the moon in astronomy class a while ago. And that is from the Sequoia National Park. Okay. My mom's paintings, two little ones, and I really like ladybugs. I have a ladybug tattoo. Here we have my little suitcases. I like collecting them. That's Todd's old guitar case. And I have this here because I'm gonna hang them up somewhere. They used to be in our master bedroom in Chicago, but we decided not to put them up there. Here, okay, so this is where I keep all my boxes. So I need to put these ones away. This is the Saki Tarot and the Book of Shadows So Below deck. So those have to go in here. I just haven't felt like moving stuff off to put it in. Here we have just some supplies. Oh, we have tissues there. We cry a lot in this house. Like healing cries. And in there I have pieces for an art project that I'm working on. Sometimes you'll see this in my videos. Oh, what do we have here? Vivi's Truth Bomb. Oh, this is cool. Oh my gosh, can I open it? There we go. So there's a Lapis Crystal. I made this. It's Truth Balm for the Truth Chakra, but it's like lip balm basically. Lavender and charged with Reiki. I gave it out as a gift for the holidays one year. Burt's Bees. That's what I have on right now. My phone case because it doesn't fit when I'm holding it on this. Okay. Here we have just where I hang out. Underneath is I have pillows, like floor pillows, blankets, some exercise equipment. And this is a great place for doing energy work when I have friends over, but also just sitting around. And that's a mermaid blanket my mom made me. Okay, so here we have my altar and my desk. But below it, we have a yoga mat. Lucent Hue Yoga. If you've ever gotten a reading with me, you'll recognize it. I usually sit on a floor pillow and put the cards out horizontally here. But yes, I also do yoga here. I like to face this mandala, especially for sun salutation. Okay, so let's look at the altar. So here we have green Tara, and this is made by an artist who's coming out with an oracle deck. What's her name? Kamini Gupta. There's her website. Or that's where you can purchase it. Never mind. She has an Instagram though, and she's coming out with an oracle deck. Wow, you can hear the lawnmower now. There's what's happening out there? Landscaping. Okay, so Todd got me this for our anniversary, and it's just a tea light holder with a lotus. She actually holds the lotus in her other hand, the one that she holds upright, but she also has one at her heart, so I don't care that it's kind of the wrong hand. And here, this is my diffuser. It's hard for me to see where my hand is. I'm looking on the camera. Diffuser, and I just use lavender, and this is just to pour in the right amount of water. This is a lotus. She has, here it's purple lotuses, but she has blue lotuses as her thing. So I have this blue lotus candle holder. This is for mantras. I go Om Tare Tu Tare Ture Soha, I think 128 times. This is a sound bowl. And I tuned it, or no, I didn't tune it. I figured out what sound it is, and it's F sharp, I think, which is upper heart chakra. Here I have crystals that I've charged for various reasons in front of her, and I kind of put it off in her own hands. She's the god. I'll tell a whole story about how I connected with her. She's a bodhisattva, basically representing loving kindness in action. And I really like what she's about, and I've been working with her for a while now. And I'll tell a whole story about how I connected with her. Okay, so here is my moon deck. It's in this box, and this is the one I pulled for the last moon cycle. I allow stillness to heal and reveal. Just a selenite wand here. I use this to cleanse my decks real quick sometimes. This is a jar full of stuff. Okay, so here I visited Walt Disney's home that he grew up in, and I picked up some cottonwood, some chips of wood from his dreaming tree, and this is a pebble from the barn where he was very imaginative with his sister, I believe. There was like a barn. It's not the original barn. It's a, oh shoot, how do I focus it? There we go. It's a recreated barn. But I like the sentiment, and I signed the wall there. They had pens for everyone to sign the wall. That's a little pressed penny. And then here's a little intention that I have for myself. And I just put this here, and it's green for Tara. Green Tara. Those are just some flowers that they're just dry. Okay. So here I have my, it's a Reiki World Peace Grid. So I'll show it to you from above. Okay. So I'll just move some of these crystals so you can see. They have the world religions, the most popular world religions. And it's basically, I'll read you what it says. May followers of all religions and spiritual paths work together to create peace among the people of Earth. And so basically, I like to have it at the center here. Shoot. I like to have it at the center of all my spiritual work because ultimately I want to contribute to that. So I'll do Reiki here, and it kind of sends it out. They have a world peace grid on the north and south poles, like in the water, I think. Yeah, noble intentions, right? And I have some crystals around it. This is my crystal ball. I like, oh, can you catch any rainbows there? I've talked about this one before. Oh, wow, look at that pretty rainbow. I use it for meditation and scrying. And then here we have my wand. I don't know what this is made of. Like, I don't know if it's aventurine. It was sold to me as a golden healer, but I have doubts that that's what it is, a golden healer quartz. I do have a golden healer quartz though here. So yeah, I'm not quite sure that that's actually what that is, but I use it for charging crystal grids. And it's on top of a Flower of Life selenite disc charging. And I also have a amethyst tower and a rose quartz tower for like divine wisdom and loving kindness, heart-centered work. I like working from the heart. Yeah, I always like all my intentions to be heart-centered because my ego can get in the way of things sometimes and want things, and that's why I have my abundance grid off to the side here. This is actually a travel abundance grid and has some sage ash on it from cleansing the space. But yeah, I got this from, I believe her Etsy store is called something fourth, something to do with the fourth house because she's a Cancer. Look forth, I believe. I'll try to link it below. And here are 2 crystals I keep on here to charge, and I take them with me when I do readings outside of the home. It's a labradorite. So pretty. I like holding it while I read. And citrine. Okay, let's see. Here I have a Hamsa it's for protection, but I have it in the position for receiving. I don't really do too many. Okay, so I actually recently did protection. I put crystals here and asked Green Tara for protection and also for a friend. But generally I don't do too much protective stuff. I just try to keep my own energy clear so that what comes into my life is resonating with what I'm putting out into the world. So that's why I have it in the receiving position. And this is it's a Kiddush cup. That's a Jewish thing, but I decorated it. My mom gave it to me, so I like to have some traditional. This is also kind of Middle Eastern. My mom gave me this, and I don't use it the way it's used traditionally in Judaism. I use it, one, to represent my ancestors and where I came from, but I also used it in a dance piece once. We were each an element, and I was the water element, and I decorated it. This was actually from a sandal from Target, and I had worn out the sandals to the point where they broke, so I was like, well, I want to keep this cool part, and so I glued it on there with Gorilla Glue. You can kind of see the glue. And inside here, this is recently from Valentine's Day. My cup is full, and so I just wanted to honor that and have gratitude for that. And that's from a rose I got we went out to a cafe, and someone gave the women in the cafe roses, like I think the owner, and that was sweet. Okay, and what's in here? So I got this shell a long time ago when I was like probably 12 or 13. And here is a heart from a friend. She gifted it to me in my early 20s, and I've held on to it. It's a shell, and it's fragile, so I just keep it in here. It's kind of symbolic. You want to protect your heart. Or not protect it, but treat it with care. And this is for my inner child. It's Dalmatian jasper. And I also have rhodonite in here to kind of cradle my inner child with compassion and love, unconditional love, so she feels safe and loved. This was from a little girl gave it to me. It's just like a piece of clay or something. She gave it to me. She found it on a beach and during a family reunion. And I thought that was so sweet, so I just keep it on there. Like that sense of playfulness, and how when we're children we just are so giving. I like that sentiment, so I kept that there with my inner child. Here we have sage, Palo Santo, a couple sticks I've made on my own. There's a lavender one that I've burned down all the way already. I keep growing lavender plants and they keep dying, so I just keep making sage sticks. They'll like grow and then winter hits and then boom, they die. Here is where I keep all my other crystals. I won't tell you what they all are, but I'll just point to a few. These ones I use for throat chakra work, to speak my truth with confidence, clarity, and love. And there's also kyanite there. Yeah, just a bunch of random stuff that I use for crystal grids. Yeah. And oh, this is a shaker I made. My partner and I wear bracelets. I'm not wearing mine right now, but we had old ones, and one time we got in a fight and I cut mine. I was so upset. But then I wanted to transmute the pain of that experience, and I put it into there, and he cut his and put his in there as well. And now we have new ones. And there's also rice in there. This is a bell I used to call in ancestors and benevolent beings to help in readings, or in spiritual work. And on here I have a ladybug, and that's from my mother-in-law to be. It's meant for a phone. Oh, so I got this. It was on a sage bundle, one of these. One that I had used up. And so I held on to the bell. Okay, so down here I have all my tarot and oracle decks. I keep the boxes in that suitcase I showed you in the beginning. And in here we have all the guidebooks. We have some tarot cloths. This one I have matching to the textured tarot, which I really love. Candles, candle holders. And yeah, all the guidebooks are in here. And let's see here. Oh, under here I'm gonna do a review about the Sacred Mysteries Chakra Oracle. So I have that out so I remember. And in here, this is my camera holder. This is the inner child deck I work with. Some keys, old cell phone, tarot bag, random stuff in here. I have to put this up on the wall. It's antique. Okay, so here is my desk. Front and center, we have my laptop. Ooh, I need to dust it off. I use it for writing, editing, YouTube videos, also short films, music videos. And I also have my books on here. I'll tell you what all the books are, but first let me show you the pictures. This is a photo that I really loved. I just like how she feels. She looks so free, and then these ones are kind of hunched over and contracted. It's like contraction versus expansion. I just really love that. Here is a gift I got on graduation, and I have a whole story about that, like a really cool story about my father's passed on, and I really felt his presence when I received this gift. So I'll tell a story about that later. Here we have the dude. He's like a Buddha dude. And then here we have the laughing Buddha. He's technically not Buddha. He's a monk, but everyone calls him a Buddha. And I got that when I was a kid, and then I lost it. And then Todd got me another one last year for Valentine's Day, just kind of for fun. Here we have from the Light Seers Tarot, the Fool. This is from the same creator of that, Chris Ann. She just sends it out with her packages. It's Magic Resides Here. And here, this is from the Starseed Oracle. I remember Soul Plan, the Fated Life versus Destiny. I just like that image. And it was one of those free gifts. And I have them on these holders that I got actually for our wedding. I was like, that's a great excuse. I'll get them for our wedding. But in the meantime, I'm going to use them to hold these and display cards. But yeah, for, like table numbers at weddings. Here we have, oh, gross. I need to clean that off. Roger Rabbit. I really like comedy films, and specifically Roger Rabbit was one of my favorites growing up. This is from The Artist's Way. Treating myself like a precious object will make me strong. This is for our wedding. Plant kindness, gather love. I'm going to stamp it on little seed packets and gift that to people who come. This was a gift from my friend Sheena on my birthday. A clapper. It was from before I went to film school, but she was like encouraging me to pursue film. She's been in some music videos I've made. That's my film school, not diploma, certificate. It's a 1-year program that I went to. And there we have the Ace of Wands from the Lunasol Tarot. Yeah. Here we have, this is set with the intention for the tarot animal oracle I'm working on. It's a golden fluorite or a yellow fluorite. Honestly, though, I feel like it's a hematite inclusion fluorite, but they were adamant in saying that it was a yellow fluorite, so I don't know. But yeah, for focus and for bringing the divine truth through, but with the creative fire. And I like that blended colors. Okay, and that's just my mail key. Okay, so I sat down, but I have my gimbal set on the table. My arm just got really tired. Okay, so here we have Jung. It's the collection of his essays edited by Joseph Campbell, and I also have a Joseph Campbell book right here, The Hero's Journey. And his other book's really great. What is it? 1,000 Faces, something like that. Hero with 1,000 Faces. Great books on mythology and the underlying theme in them. Okay, so here we have The Secret Teachings of All Ages by Manly P. Hall, and this is a book, like basically an encyclopedia of esoteric knowledge. It's a little bit outdated. It was written in the 20s, I think, but it has a lot of cool stuff, especially if you like secrets. And, oh, Todd just got home. Hi, love.
My coffee.
So Todd just got home and he brought me a coffee. My lipstick's already on it. Gross. Okay. So I left off at Mary Magdalene Revealed by Megan Watterson. And this is a book, I guess it's about Gnostic Christianity. And it's so interesting. It's about what they do have of Mary Magdalene's teachings. Or I guess she was passing on what Christ taught her. And like I said, I was raised Jewish. But I do find Christian texts very interesting, especially alternative Christianity. Or I don't know that it's alternative. It's just what was written out of the Bible. But yeah, and she talks about her connection, which is super interesting. And then down here we have The Gifts of Imperfection by Brene Brown, which was recommended to me by my friend who is, she's a therapist. And I was like, cool, I trust you. And I like Brene Brown a lot. So, and yeah, this is awesome. Okay, so down here we have my journal. I write my moon ritual notes in here, any intention setting rituals, and my personal tarot oracle readings. Basically, it just documents all of my energetic shifts. Just a pen up here. This is The Art and Science of Raja Yoga by Kriyananda. And it's basically a course over 14 weeks. But it's really comprehensive. It has the philosophy of yoga. It has asanas. It has meditations. And I'm going back through the meditations here right now. Well, not right now, but at this time in my life. And then here we have the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, which is what the philosophy it's what yoga, the 8 limbs of yoga come from Patanjali. And this one's by Sachidananda. I don't know if I said that name right. And then here we have a Ram Dass book, Be Here Now. Really beautiful book. I'll show it to you one day. The inside, it's just like really psychedelic and psychedelic. Like illustrations. Well, not illustrations. It's just the words are all over the page. It's so beautiful. Then here we have Eastern Body, Western Mind. And this is a book on the chakras, and it incorporates psychology. Yeah, super interesting to look at it from a more heady perspective. So I've been deep diving into Kabbalistic tarot. Here we have Tarot of the Spirit, and I have the deck over on my altar. And I've been doing meditations, or no, pathworking with it and doing my notes in here. And then here is the journal I showed for my middle school diary video. And I've actually been using it for inner child work now because I had left a lot of it unwritten. So I'm going back, and whenever I feel like triggers come up or healing work that can be done specifically with my inner child, I go back and write in this. I'll link the video down below for this one. Here we have the Tarot by Paul Foster Case, and that's the foundation of my understanding of tarot. It's very esoteric. But yeah, I ask a lot of why are the pictures like this? Why is this the symbolism? And for me, I found that it makes sense when I look back at the Kabbalistic understanding of it. But this is, yeah, an esoteric book. He's the founder of Builders of the Addendum or Addendum. I don't know how to say it. It's actually here in Los Angeles. I haven't taken any classes with them, but I might. It's just like kind of far away from where I am in Los Angeles, so it's hard. This is the Spiritual Tarot, and I like this book. I picked it up when I was first studying the cards. Like when I first started taking the cards seriously, I started looking at this one because it writes from the perspective of the cards. And I really like that. Like the cards are talking to you, and it's like a comparative tarot book. It has the Rider-Waite-Smith, the Morgan Greer, both of which I have, and it also has the Aquarian Tarot, which I don't have, but it's interesting to read about. This is a Kabbalistic tarot book for the, what is it? The court cards, which I like because this one is just the major arcana. So I like looking at specifically about the court cards. Thursday Night Tarot by Jason Lauderhand. It's lectures that are about this. Basically, like this is the textbook and these are the lectures. Yeah, and I just love the way he talks about the cards. So highly recommend this book if you're interested in why the major arcana is the way it is, and like the deeper esoteric and spiritual meanings behind it. And like it's super grounded the way he talks about it. Highly recommend. This is the Illustrated Guide to Tarot. I just pull this one out when I want to look at other versions of the cards because it has pictures from so many different decks. And I just like to sometimes see what they look like. Like sometimes I'll just pull out my own cards and see what they look like different versions of it. But this is like, I don't have to get up from my desk. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and yeah, let me know if you have any questions about the space or anything you saw on my altar, like any of the crystals or grids. I'll do a deck collection video soon, maybe. I don't know. It feels like a lot of work. And also let me know if you have any questions about the books, if you want more information or more in-depth review of any of them. Yeah, I really enjoy being in this space and writing next to my altar. That's nice to have that together because in our old apartment, my writing desk was in one area and then it was in the office and then my altar was in the living room. Oh, look, you can see right here. That's Todd's altar. He has a little one. He likes to meditate. I think he's actually in the office meditating right now. He's been reading this book called Music and Mantras, and it's been really fascinating. And we're actually going to make a meditation music track together. Well, he's gonna make it. I told him what I thought would be really cool, and he's like, yeah, I'll try. Yeah, and that's been super interesting. So maybe I'll have him hop on here and talk about that book one day. Let me know if you want that. But yeah, sending you guys, what am I sending you? Sending you happy vibes and love and healing if you need healing and all the goodness in the world. Have a good one, guys. Thanks for watching.